And welcome to The Heartbeat, your 30-minute podcast talking about Stettler events and news. And it is a Hometown Media Stettler production brought to you by Solution Corp. On today's show, the Imperials and Wainwright Rustlers, they have one more game, and it's for all the marbles. Game 5 is tomorrow, and the winner will hoist the Ralph Wiest Memorial Trophy. Expect a large crowd. Come early. Enjoy the game. If you can't make it, we'll also be live streaming the game. More on that later. Also on the show, we'll talk about the fire transition plan, how that is finalizing, and Heartland Youth Center had their awards night. First things first, we have two local gentlemen in the studio. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Yourself, Alex?
Good.
Good.
Introduce yourselves first and foremost.
Well, I am Joshua Nixon. I'm a musician and audio engineer and producer of this podcast.
That's right.
And my name is Van Duff. I am a local musician as well, and I reside here in Stettler.
And we currently got Landon out of his comfort zone.
Yes, we do.
Over at the OBS station there. So it's a learning curve for the man, but that's good. So you guys went to the Country Music Alberta Awards show. You both had different roles in the awards. Now talk a little bit about that, guys.
Would you like to go first, Josh?
Well, sure, I will. Well, I was working with H Factor Productions. I was part of the production crew for the kickoff party and for the Riverview Room, which held the annual general meeting, which they have every year, as well as the red carpet stage. And that was my position, as well as I went to the awards show and did everything I could to, stay in the family and see everybody that I could. And
Yeah. And you missed the Imperials game because of it.
I did miss the Imperials. I watched it. I watched it from my room when I could.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was a fantastic game.
But so you would say your experience at this year's Country Music Alberta Awards was pretty good?
Absolutely. It was different than any of the other experiences I've had there, because this would be, I was thinking about it this morning, I think it was my 9th Country Music Alberta Awards that I've been at, because I started going in 2016, I believe, when Renegade Station won Group or Duo of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And
now they keep putting on, I feel anyway, more and more production value for the Alberta Awards themselves. So was there anything specifically that impressed you with the production?
Honestly, just the fact that they were able to make it sound halfway decent in that room.
Yeah.
Not to mention that...
Where was it again?
It was at the Edmonton Convention Center in Hall A. So do you
have a little trouble with the sound in such a room?
Absolutely, because it's a massive room.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for how long the room is, it doesn't have a very high ceiling, so it's just like a tunnel of sound. So we were sitting a little bit closer to the back. It was, it sounded good where we were, but I feel like as a little bit further back where the fan zone was, it probably would have been pretty boomy back there.
Yeah.
Talking to a couple people back there, they said like they could hear the vocals coming through when the bands were playing, but when the speeches were on, it was just, pretty muddled.
Yeah.
But
so as a bit of an audio nerd, you walked in and you were like, this could be troubling. This could be interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm doing a mix literally in the next room on the red carpet stage.
Gotcha.
And the sound guy comes in and tells me that I need to scoop out a certain frequency because it's reverberating in the Hall A, the room right next to it, and just too much that they can't do their job.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's got to be a lot of really intricate little things that they have to really dial in to make that room sound good.
Yeah, all of that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Working with people like that know the ins and outs of audio. And I'm sure that a lot of people that you were working with, just, professionals and very, very good at that kind of stuff. So I'm sure it was a great experience.
Absolutely.
Have you worked others before, or was this your first gig?
This is my first time working for the CMABs.
Yeah, because obviously you've been with your dad and
Yeah.
Renegade Station, everything like that many a times, like
Yep.
you said, for about a decade. But you'd like to go back and work there again?
Oh, absolutely. No, it was fantastic. And they bring in really, really good crews to work those shows. Like that main show is there's so much production value to it, and there's so many people that are behind the scenes making everything work.
Yeah.
From the people that load in all the equipment to the people that are, the techs for the bands that, if there's a broken string or a broken drum head or something like that, there's people to fix all those issues. And then I know I believe the production manager this year was Billy Hansen. And I know she just did a wonderful job because it was a very, very tight show.
Yeah.
It was very polished.
Yeah, sometimes you underestimate how many people go into such a production.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So very, very interesting stuff. And, it's impressive to see when everyone gets together. Everyone's got their own little job to do. And when it all comes together, you get a production like that.
Exactly.
So it's very cool. Let's move on from the production element to more of the music and that kind of side of things.
Yeah. Van?
Go ahead. You guys both played there as well.
Yes, my experience there was a little bit more on the spectator side. I was kind of just going to get a feel for things. It was my first time going, and I was really enthralled by how much talent there was there. It was completely unreal. There was, for the kickoff party, a handful of musicians performed there, and it was, I believe, Cruz Vallis, the Brothers Bicker The Brothers Bicker Band or the Brother Bicker Band?
Say Brothers that a few times.
Yeah.
Fast.
Jaden Riley and just so many other incredible artists. And then they had an open mic sort of situation going on. And I wasn't planning on playing it all over the weekend. I was just kind of looking forward to getting to sit back and relax and not have to worry about playing in a room full of insanely talented musicians where I'm like, oh my God, they can hear my every mistake.
I'm sure it's intimidating.
It was intimidating for sure, but once you kind of got eased into it, it was lots of fun, and it was a blast. I ended up getting asked to play for two different performers on the after party of the awards show, which was really cool. Yeah.
Let's pull up that little photo of me and Van at the that'll be pick number 1, I believe, of us at the kickoff party.
We didn't have any fun at all, actually.
No,
you can tell by that picture.
Yeah.
So, Van, as far as performing is concerned, like, what are you doing now, and perhaps what are some aspirations of yours?
Well, for the most part, I'm kind of just doing freelance work. People give me a call, they give me a shout whenever they need a guitar player, and it's a really cool line of work because I get to work with a lot of different artists of different genres, mostly country, but it's cool getting to see the process that they all, use to get to the show. The rehearsal, everything from the rehearsal to the actual show itself. And the awards show actually really helped with that because I got to meet a lot of new people and get a lot of new opportunities and make some good first impressions.
Yeah, networking's such a big thing in every industry.
Of course, yeah.
And, playing with some of those guys and everything, did that help? Did it raise your confidence a little bit, too?
For sure, yeah. It was
when you stop and they're like, oh, they didn't say I suck. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. I remember looking out into the crowd, and I saw some people, like, pointing over at me and making some gestures and stuff, and they had smiles on their faces, not like... they weren't like freaking out or anything.
Gauging the crowd.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Did they like that?
I think
they did. Good.
Yeah. No Rotten Tomatoes or nothing.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So hopefully one day, we can see you there in maybe a bigger capacity.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that'd be really cool.
I definitely think that's going to be happening very soon. I wouldn't be surprised.
You got a good friend here
with how much he's playing. That he's going to make Guitar Player of the Year, at least a nominee.
You're just being sweet on me.
Oh no.
Well, hopefully.
Thank you.
Because that would be awesome. Well, boys, anything else you'd like to mention as far as the award show? Who actually were the big winners this year?
We've got a list of some.
I'll have to admit, since I've been in the radio industry, since, it's been about 7 years itself, I probably don't know many of these names. But go ahead.
Here's a name that you will know, Radio Station of the Year. Bet you can take a big guess as to who that is.
That was
840 CFCW.
CFCW.
You got it. For the large market. And then for the small medium market, we had 96.5 The Ranch in Olds.
Okay.
Which I believe that's Corey Knoll. I don't know if that's Corey Knoll.
I don't know.
It might be. The Specialty Instrument Player of the Year. You've met her before, I believe.
I just met her over the weekend. I saw her play the one night, though. I went to see Coulter Wall last October, and Noeline Hoffman was opening for him, and her fiddle player, Catherine Robertson, she won Specialty Instrument Player of the Year, and she was just a total blast. I met her at the after party. She was super nice, and definitely boosted my ego a little bit when
Yeah.
she was talking about my playing. But yeah, speaking of playing guitar, the guitar player of the year was Russell Broom, who's, from what I've heard, an absolute legend. I've yet to meet him, though.
He's fantastic. One of the best studio players out there. And I don't know how many times he's won this award and how many times he's won this award for the CCMAs as well as the CMABs. Absolutely fantastic guy. Speaking of fantastic guys, our bass player of the year,
Oh, yeah.
Jared Froese, who I'd only just met when he backed up Samantha Lee, I believe,
Yeah, for
on the red carpet stage there. And absolutely, he was playing guitar then, so I didn't even know he was a bass player. And I'd heard him mention him before, but
Yeah, I played with him when we opened for Clay Walker. He was playing bass for Ashley Ghostkeeper, and he's just a stellar guy. He's super nice and definitely deserving of that award.
genuine sweetheart.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. If there's one thing I do believe is that these people don't get enough recognition.
100%.
And if I were to have a baby rant, and that's the industry itself, radio and otherwise, doesn't give local people like you hear in this list enough airtime.
Yeah.
So that's my personal rant about that. And I've had that rant since I worked at the radio station, because you have all of these very, very talented people, right? And we should know their names,
Yes, we should.
right? So
Absolutely.
that's my thought on that. But congratulations to everyone that won an award at the Alberta Country Music Alberta Award Show. Do you have a couple more names?
We sure do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's,
We'll
to the
run
top
through
here.
them.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. So for starters, Fan Choice Award, Braden King. He's been making waves. Absolutely fantastic guy. Massive guy as well. He's like 6'9". And
That is a big man.
I
he's
saw
got
him in
quite the stage
crowd
presence.
when I was playing at the after party. It was hard to miss him. His head was almost touching the roof.
That's awesome. So we'll just rip through them here. Horizon Female Artist of the Year, we had Morgan Kleiber. Horizon Male Artist of the Year, we had Chevy Beaulieu. Horizon Group of Duo of the Year, we had Foxworthy. Horizon Single of the Year was One for the Road, performed by Drew Gregory, good friend of ours. Album of the Year for Horizon was Mood Ring by Mariah Stokes. She's been having quite a successful past couple of years. I remember
that's
just seeing
right.
her for the first time on the stage at that would have been about 4 or 5 years ago now, I think.
Wow.
Songwriters of the Year, we had Work in Progress, written by Drew Gregory and Wade Kirby. Another great win for Drew. Interactive Artist of the Year, we had Foxworthy. Female Artist of the Year, Nolene Hoffman. Absolutely wonderful. Male Artist of the Year, Kyle McKierney, the scariest man in country and roots music.
Why do you
With-
say that?
I heard Jackie Ray say that, I think.
Okay.
She said that on the
take-
stage there.
Take her word for it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. He's a fantastic guy, though. Writes fantastic songs. Group or Duo of the Year was a tie between the Roadhammers and the Prairie States, which is...
And those are the only two names I recognize,
yeah.
other than Drew Gregory.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever had a tie before.
I don't know. It's my first time.
Yeah, and this, I think, was new this year because this is the first year that the CMABs have had a juror committee on to help decide who won each category. Because usually it's, for the past however many years, it's been just the voters. But this year they had a jury. And
Cool.
I think
So
that
this time
definitely
they'll
affected
just take the
some.
award and just snap it in half. Here you go.
Yeah.
There's your half. There's your half.
Saw
Enjoy,
it
guys.
right down the middle.
Yeah, enjoy, guys.
Single of the Year, we had Happy Ever After You by Thelma and James. Video of the Year, I Only Kiss Cowboys by Julia Voss. Roots Artist of the Year, good friend of ours as well, Ryan Davidson.
Forgot how many awards there were.
There are quite a few. I think we're almost at the end, though. Horizon Youth Award, Haley Isabel. Fantastic. She's only 14 years old, and she's got stage presence like she's been performing for 15 or 20 years.
Very cool.
She is awesome. Visual Creative of the Year, Cody McIver, another fantastic videographer and film person. He did the music video for, free for Renegade Station.
Okay.
Yeah, another good friend of ours. Community Spirit Award, Devin Cooper, which is awesome. Talent Buyer of the Year was Dan Clapson of the Blue Jay Sessions. And then we have another tie for the Country Venue of the Year between the Ranchmans in Calgary and the King Eddie, also in Calgary. Which, I don't know, it's another one of those interesting decisions.
I feel like
think,
Ranchmen should always win, but that's just me.
They should have just given it to the King Eddie. I mean, with Ranchman's shutting down and everything, you know.
Ranchman's
I
are
heard
shutting
they're
down?
moving,
Yeah?
but I knew they've been talking about
building's
shutting
shutting
down forever.
Yeah,
but I
the
think
building's shutting down, but they're just moving.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
they're moving.
okay,
Because you
good.
can't really get rid of Ranchmans entirely
Yeah.
in Calgary. That would just be the worst.
And then Industry Person of the Year was also Dan Clapson. Live event or presenting series was Big Valley Jamboree. And the last one that we didn't get earlier was Drummer of the Year, Mr. Brendan Lyons.
There you go. Yeah, so
yeah.
congrats to all those people that won awards this year, and good work to you guys for keeping the show running and, networking a little bit at the award show itself. So
Doing a fantastic job networking and getting out there for his first ever
Absolutely.
CMAB Awards.
yeah, right on. Good for you.
Awesome.
So hopefully, all of your guys' future endeavors go according to plan.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, and you get more production gigs and you get more music gigs.
That's the plan.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good, guys. Hey, thanks for coming in and talking about your experience.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
And Josh, get back in the chair. Landon's got to
Sounds
come over
good.
here and talk.
I'll go trade.
Thanks again, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, this is The Heartbeat once again brought to you by Solution Core. Thanks to Josh and Van talking about their experience at the recent Country Music Alberta Awards show in Edmonton. So we'll have Landon back on now. And Landon, tomorrow we've got a production for ourselves, and that's the Imperials live stream. It's Game 5. Winner take all. We're going to be seeing one of the two teams live hoist the Ralph Weiss Memorial Trophy.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. This is the game we've all been waiting for. Really glad we have the home ice advantage here. It's been a bit tough on the road in Wainwright. 7-goal tilts for the Rustlers in both Game 2 and Game 4.
Yeah, the home games have been close, too. It's just the road games in Wainwright have been the blowouts.
I don't know if it's that home crowd hyping them up, but
Well, I think it helps.
it can't hurt, right?
Like
So.
the last game, we've seen some good atmospheres at the Imperials game, but the last one, that was the loudest I've heard the rec center in quite some time.
I think back to the first year, but even I think last weekend might have been louder.
Yeah, I think so too. There was one game in overtime against Provost or Irma. I can't remember which one, but it was like season 1. It went to overtime.
It was pandemonium.
And it was loud, but I think that one had it beat. It was close, at least a tie.
No, just chatting with the boys pregame as we do on the broadcasts. They just got to play their game, keep it disciplined, see if they can send a man from the other side of the box, and I can see a good opportunity for the power play to put this thing out of reach. So,
yeah. Wainwright, they're bringing a bus. Well, they always bring a bus, but this time they're bringing a fan bus, a bigger bus.
a second bus.
So I'm like, Stettlerites, local people, get there soon, fill the crowd, and don't give them a seat.
Oh, I call that one the Russell bus. What am I going to call the
I
fan
don't know.
bus?
You know what I mean, though? Everyone get there, fill the rec center, so when the fan bus from Wainwright gets there, there's no seats available.
Nope.
Got to watch our live stream on your bus. Sorry.
That would be good.
But it should be a great game. Like, if the last one was OT at home, this one should be close. And both teams are looking for their first title in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Stettler's been in for 5 or 6 years, and the closest they've gotten was in the actual championship round. Wainwright, this is their only second year in this league.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, both teams would, love to get that first championship.
No, of course, the Rustlers come over from the folded Alberta-Saskatchewan League, but I believe they were 8-time champions of that league.
Oh, really?
So, yes, they do have quite the winning pedigree, just not here in the East Central
Yeah. Well,
Senior Hockey League.
might happen on tomorrow night. So
Nope. It's Imperials all the way.
absolutely. Go Imperials. We want to see a very full rec center, which I don't think there's no chance it won't be. We want to see everyone cheering for the Imperials, being loud, and hopefully at the end of the game, we'll be in the dressing room getting video and covered in champagne.
Yeah, we might have to wrap the camera.
That would be the safe thing to do.
Not get ahead of ourselves,
And
though.
if not that, at least on the ice, getting some interviews, getting pictures and everything like that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Nope.
There is still a hockey game to be played. And, as an Oilers fan, you know that hearts can be broken.
Oh, you just love to bring it up, don't you?
I'm a Flames fan. My heart's always broken.
Oh, I know. You're just loving this.
Yeah. No, as a Flames fan, my heart's just like really low beats per minute. Like never high, never low. Just right in the middle.
You guys haven't felt anything in 4 years.
No, that's right. Yeah, we're just numb. Yeah.
Since Johnny left.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But another local team to celebrate as the U13
Yeah.
Stettler Storm. The D team had quite the weekend down south. They won the provincial banner, defeating Picture Butte on Sunday by a score of 10-4.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually watching the semifinals on YouTube that morning as Stettler was actually playing my nephew's team from Viking, and they fell to the Storm 5-2. So
There you go.
yeah, it's a really good team effort from the Stettler boys, and you can see how they brought home the banner.
Yeah, good on them. So they've got a banner. Hopefully the Imperials can get a banner.
Let's hope so.
See how it goes tomorrow. What do you want to cover next, Landon?
Just kind of wanted to bring up the price of food and the
And everything.
price of
The
gas.
price of everything. Landon.
Yeah. No, I took a picture the other day. I was just going through my my flyers in the burn pile, old papers and that, and I came across a flyer from 2020.
Yeah, we're going to have that on the screen and just like look at the prices. Like just enjoy those prices. Just pretend. They almost look like they're prices from like 1985. Like when you look at it, you're like, yeah, those are from the 90s or something. And you're like, no, that was how many years ago?
6.
6 years ago.
So we got $7 coffee bags, butter under $4,
Yeah.
$6 eggs. No, it's just outrageous. Don't even get me started on the sizes and the shrinkflation too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just completely changed how we shop.
Yeah, there's chipflation. You don't get any chips in a bag anymore.
You never did.
My wife's like, how do you finish a bag in an evening? I'm like, there's nothing in here anymore. I'm like,
It's half a bag.
give me a break, man.
But no, you guys used to make fun of me for the $400 grocery hauls. If I
Yeah.
tried to do that now,
Yeah. Yeah.
it'd be damn near double, I bet.
It would be, yeah. $400 haul now is like a cart.
Well,
Like,
that's at least $600, I think, a full cart.
Yeah.
So,
Looks like we're losing some sound padding again.
Pardon. No, just also wanted to mention the taking a drive around town this morning. Gas is on the way up again too.
It is.
We were at $1.54, seeing $1.73.9 in some places. So
Yeah.
this is getting near record gas prices too.
Very high. Yeah, I feel for all the guys with the big trucks. At least I've got a small-ish white car that I drive in town and need to fill up the gas tank once in a blue moon. So
No,
it doesn't affect me as much as it does other people is what I'm saying.
well, it's a thing. A small vehicle took $75-$80 to fill. That's not going to fill you anymore. So
Yeah. They got these big trucks and stuff. It's like $300 to fill. Like, okay.
it's
Is it, I guess we keep paying it, but it can't be sustainable.
No, these past 4 years since the war in Ukraine started, the world affairs, the inflation, they're just really hitting the pocketbook. So
Yeah. So I don't know what changes that at this point, but
make the news boring again.
yeah. But it's interesting to see though. So good on you for finding that. Like no one else keeps their flyers for 6 years. So
It was time to do the shredding, and I just happened to notice. I'm like, oh,
you're like, that butter is really cheap. That can't be new.
we looked today. What on sale? It was $6.99. So
Regular price was $8.49, and on that flyer, the sale price was $3.
yeah, $3.33, I think.
Yeah, so it's like nearly doubled in price for butter. So butter your toast lightly, people.
Yes, use sparingly.
Sparingly. Exactly. Of course, Landon is our insider to cover local councils at the town and county level. What were your main stories this go round?
Yeah, last couple weeks, the town and county of Stettler, they've finalized their split into two separate fire departments. The final piece was the county's building improvements at the Stettler Fire Hall next to the Sobeys. The town purchased that stake for just over $500,000 there. The town will also purchase the county's remaining assets at the fire hall for just over $200,000. So that leaves us now with a Stettler Fire Department run by the town, and then Heartland Regional Fire run by the county on the eastern edge of town.
So as the mayor would like to say, is this divorce finalized?
We should be finalized, and everybody should have their ducks in a row now.
Everyone's got their own places.
Everybody knows what they own.
Yeah. Do they still share the kids?
There's no kids.
No.
There was brush trucks and fire engines.
Well, I
but-
mean, before, before they had the firefighters would do both, the town
Yes.
and the county. Is that still happening, or is it separate with the firefighters as well?
No, they're both separate institutions. There,
They are
so,
okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so everything's kind of finalizing there. So that's been a road. How long's that been going on for? Like,
We started
Quite a
covering
while now.
that, I want to say about this time last year. It was probably about April or May. And that was a contentious issue at first, whether firefighters would be burned out working at both,
Yeah.
or whether they'd be able to. But no, that they were able to come to agreements, both departments and administrations there. So that did get ironed out. It was really just who owns what's left at the former shared station from our regional department.
Yeah.
So
it's finalized, and also not the first time that there's been two separate entities. If you just go to the museum, they've got a county fire truck and they got a town fire truck.
yeah, back in the day, they were separate departments.
They had
so.
separate ones back in the day too, so a little history there. Also, town council approved incentives to attract home builders. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, so last year, council introduced a policy to spur housing construction. They were offering grants for finished builds, depending on the type, your single-family duplex apartments. The issue came down to year-to-year budgets, the certainty on the funding from year to year. So council's repealed that policy now, and under their new bylaw, developers are going to see phased-in approaches to their property taxes on finished builds. So the incentive will apply to the municipal portion of tax assessments, so we're looking at 100% in the first year, 75 in the second, 50 in the third, and then 25 in the final. So just a way to incentivize developers to get these builds going, and then by year 5, the town's getting the full property taxes back. So kind of gives them developers a broader scope to be able to build things. And then they also updated their water service installation fees, waiving them for infill developments. So basically just trying to fill up some of those empty lots in town before we start building new neighborhoods and that. So
I'd be interested to know what type of person is needing a home the most in this town. Is it people looking for rentals? Is it young families looking for starter homes? I'd be interested to know, like, what kind of homes are people looking for in this community?
no, it was something the town did in 2024, looking at the housing survey, but I could see it being something they need to update in the coming years too, because again, are we building homes fast enough for as we need them? It's a very real need right now. So
And I would also throw in affordability is another thing too, because as we've just talked about, everything's so expensive nowadays. You can also lump in the price of rent and how that's increased so much over the years, right? Like, you've even seen at your own apartment building, just the fact how much more expensive rent has gotten year by year. And that's a bit of a, offshoot of what we're talking about. But when these houses are built, I think we also need a little bit of maybe some low-income housing, some more options as far as rentals are concerned, because not everyone can rent a house at $3,000 or a basement suite at $1,300. Do you see my point?
well, the needs are very different too. If you're an elderly person,
Yeah.
you're looking for something with no stairs, something walkout type.
Yeah.
If you're our age, you're looking for single family home, something not 3-bedroom, but maybe a 2-bedroom starter home, something like that, right?
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I'd be curious to know what kind of homes people are looking for. We've always had a problem here, as far as long as I've lived here, of rental units and apartment buildings. Like, I feel like we could probably get another apartment building. You know what I mean? Like, even when we got here, like, I don't know if you had any trouble finding the apartment that you're in, but when I got here, our old station manager was like, yeah, it's a little bit hard to find a place to rent here. Or it was I forget who it was, but it was the guy who hired me. He told me, like, yeah, you can go to Stettler. You can go work at the radio station, but I will forewarn you that it's hard to find a rental spot. It's hard to find a space to rent. Luckily, I didn't need one because I was staying with a family member, but there were stories of people staying at the old hospital and things like that. So this town, it has needed new buildings for people to live in for years.
Well, and this is kind of the chicken and an egg situation we see when it comes to trying to attract businesses to this town. That if we have a large employer show up that wants to put a business here, where are they going to put their employees?
Yeah.
If there isn't the available vacancies for people to rent.
True enough. We've heard anecdotes of companies who've come in and people are staying at the Stettler Hotel and at the other hotels and finding different places for them to live without actually having the housing available.
It's all short term though, right? So.
Yeah, and you've talked to some people who've said that we've needed this many houses for this amount of time, but we've only built so many. Like, we're kind of behind as far as building houses is concerned.
Well, and that's the thing too. And again, it's all economics. We see the price of everything that comes down to lumber, and the building materials itself is putting strain on this. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here.
Definitely. For more on this story, and there's a lot to it, so if you missed some of those details, Landon has a write-up on our website, hometownmediastettler.ca. Also, council is focusing on economic development. What's that all about?
Yeah, so this is going to be news we're going to hear more on in the coming weeks as well. The town's going to be creating an economic development officer position within the town office. That's going to be the point of contact for businesses, franchise opportunities, that kind of thing. Council also directed some of the Board of Trade budget to be allocated to the effort, with the second part of the motion calling for the board to become an independent entity. That's expected to come to their board meeting sometime in April there. So.
Yeah, so there will be development on that news going forward. You were at the Heartland Youth Center's event the other day.
Yeah, they invited me down to their AGM on Monday night. They were also holding their Volunteer Awards night and the Bowl for Kids Awards. Great to see the work they do in the community. Growing up in Camrose, there was a few years we didn't have a Boys and Girls Club, and there was a real need for something like that to keep the kids busy. Nice to see how much the community steps up as well to help them. They really rely on support from organizations. Fundraisers as well, like the Bowl for Kids and the Awesome Auction. Bowl for Kids, they're still tallying their final totals, just waiting on some corporate sponsors, but over $20,000 raised there last month. And then the Awesome Auction's coming up as well. Tickets just went on sale with a Margaritaville theme this year.
I saw that. An upcoming advertisement in our April Express.
Ooh, good stuff.
Yeah, so definitely head down there. Get your coworkers involved. Get a table. Go to the Awesome Auction.
No, I believe just over $80,000 they raised at that one last year.
That's awesome.
No, just wanted to highlight the work that they do. They served 354 kids last year, and they're always looking for adult mentors, particularly for the young males. So,
yeah, if you want to be a mentor, definitely reach out to the Heartland Youth Center. So that was a great event, and more to come, as here are some community events that are coming up in the near future. Landon, do you need a new book?
you can always use a book.
Yeah, you could always use a book. I read half and then never look at it again.
Oh.
I don't know what my problem is. I'm like, today I'm going to read a book. Then I read half, and then it sits on my shelf forever.
It's refreshing to read a book,
I
though.
never finished that book. I never finish books.
It's better than the screens and I enjoy reading a book.
Yeah, I don't know about reading off a screen. That's never been my thing.
It's easier on the eyes, at least.
The book, the regular book.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of books, what do you think about the Harry Potter HBO series, the trailer?
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
I feel like we just grew up with it, like the original movies, so like everything doesn't look as good.
I don't know if it's been long enough for it to be nostalgic.
Yeah, sure it is.
I guess we're old now. It doesn't feel like it.
Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and Daniel Radcliffe were like, and us, like 12 when it started, right?
I guess.
Yeah, and now they're almost 40, and as are we. So yeah, there's nostalgia involved for sure.
Just not computing in my head.
Yeah, whenever these new characters pop up on the screen, like, it looks good. It looks like Harry Potter, but when they pop up, I'm like, that's not Hagrid.
I know. It just looks kind of like the Wish version of
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Where'd you order this Hagrid from?
That's not the Hogwarts logo.
Yeah, exactly. Back to my point, though. The spring book sale at the Stettler Public Library. You might be able to find a Harry Potter book or two. April 10th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The 11th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They accept donations of books until April 4th. The trade show is April 10th, 11th, and 12th at the Stettler Rec Center. Blue Arena, Red Arena. Come visit us, as we will be in the Red Arena this year. We've been in the Blue Arena the previous years. We'll be in the Red one, and we'll be showcasing something new, Landon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Because we don't do enough.
We don't do enough. We're at the very starting floor of this new project. But I'll give you a hint that we're very experienced in this field.
Something that we may have done in the past, but
maybe
aren't quite doing right now.
And it's not a newspaper.
We already do one of those.
We already do one of those, yeah.
Subscribe to the Hometown Express.
Exactly. Lots of great news and stuff in there. So visit our booth. We'll be in the Red Arena, and it's going to be a good weekend, as it always is. If you have an event that you would like included on the podcast, please contact info@htproductionsmedia.ca. You can always drop by the office or bring us a poster. That's it for the Heartbeat for this March 26th. And the podcast, obviously, made possible by Solution Corps. They've been a great sponsor of our podcast. Go to hometownmediastettler.ca for more of these stories and all of the details. And thank you for listening and watching the show. I'm Alex Mykyta. That's Landin Chambers. This is the Heartbeat Podcast. And we'll see you tomorrow at the hockey game. Have a good day and a great weekend.